everyone. Ian here with R.I.G Outdoors. Kind of wanted to bring you along a little bit as a change out the scope on this air rifle that I just purchased not long ago. I did a review on it in a previous video. And as most of you know, when you get these air rifle kits with scopes, that some of the scopes that come on them are not necessarily the best in the world. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this scope here that's on it, and I'm going to exchange it for this Barska that I've had. And this Barska has been an amazing scope. It's a 3x9, and yeah, it's seen its day, and it's probably got some dings and some kicks to it, but I'll be honest with you, it's a very good scope, and I'm going to change it out. And then what I'm going to do after that, I'll take you guys out with me, and we'll go ahead and try to get it sighted in a little bit. It's a little cold today, so I don't know how much I'm going to be able to do, but would be glad to be able to go and sight this in a little bit. So basically it's pretty easy with this one. I'm going to use the same scope mounts here. I'm going to take the cap off here, and I'm going to use the same scope mounts, but I'm going to change the scope itself. Now the same scope mount, the reason I'm using the same scope mounts is because Gamo has a little nub on their scope rings, and the thing is with that is it has a nub there that goes into a hole that these scope rings fit into. So, and rather than hassle with it, people say that you can use regular scope 22 scope rings on this, and you probably could, but I'd rather just interchange the scope and keep the rings the same and be able to sight in that way, this way. But this little 177 has some serious feet per second. I mentioned that in my review of it earlier, and you can check that out on my channel list. But I'm changing it out just so that way, because this one does not adjust. They say it's an adjustable scope. It might adjust some a little bit, but it doesn't adjust to what I like. So I'm changing it out where I want to put it. I want to put it together, and I had to break that a little bit, and I'm changing it out and putting this Barska on, which is, like I said, an adjustable .3x9, but I can honestly zoom in on the target that I'm acquiring a lot better with this Barska, and I'm hoping that through this change, and I had this on my air gun when I had it, like my son's that I also did a review on not long ago, and you can check that out on my channel list as well. But it seemed to be pretty accurate. So I'm hoping that with all that said, that I'll be able to bring this in to sight pretty quickly, and it won't be that far off, and it'll be good for shooting some raccoons, squirrels, groundhogs, that type of thing. And while I'm thinking of it, this 177 is also not a bad little bushcraft gun either, because there's some guys that have done a review on these saying that they're good for like squirrels and stuff and small game, and they're lightweight, and they like taking them out in the field because of that very versatility, and they can also shoot rabbits as well with it. So I'd imagine And the other reason why is that the ammunition is fairly cheap with these. It's not the ammunition, but the pellets. They're fairly cheap, and but I would imagine that you get more bang for your buck if you can find a reasonable varmint gun that will take rabbits, squirrels, that type of thing out in the field, and you can feed yourself with that. So I imagine that that's why they look at it as a popular thing to do. And also with these pellet rifles, they're powerful enough now where easily they will take down a groundhog, squirrel, that type, and rabbit. So they're a nice plinking gun in the backyard too, especially if you live in city limits and you're not able to shoot regular rifles. As long as you're not like house to house and you have your own little corner city lot, it's a pretty decent gun to plink with. So, first steps first, I gotta bring it down to 3 power. I forgot to do that. So that way I can actually get the radicals all lined up and everything into a vertical manner. And I'm pretty close. Yeah, that's it, right about. Right about there. Okay, that's pretty close. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes. As far as getting your scope, put it and mount it onto your pellet rifle. And as I said, this is one that I had kicking around. I had it on my 22 at one time, my 22 pellet rifle. And to be honest with you, I'm anxious to see how it does on this 177 actually. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference or issue. And I think we're going to see some good results out of this. So I'm looking forward to you coming into the range. I'm sorry I'm not looking much at the camera. I'm trying to pay attention to what I'm doing. But I'm looking forward to getting out to the range in a little bit with you and getting this sighted in. I mean, as I said, it's a little cold out there, so I don't know how much I wanted to get done today. But at least I'm going to be able to get it out there and do some shooting with it, and we'll see how accurate we get it. So give me a little bit, and we'll see you out in the range.